Edo State Special Task Force on Anti-Cultism don give strong warning say no hiding place for cultists for Edo State. Dis special task force wey include the different security agencies for the state dey led by Department of State Security Service and dey created by the Governor Obaseki-led government as response to the way court killings don increase wey don claim plenty young lives for the state, and the directive na clear crush cultism with iron hand. As e dey talk on behalf of the special task force, the State Commissioner for Communication and Orientation Chris Nehikari come talk say dem don arrest 11 suspects for different places for the state and dem dey for custody now as investigation dey go on. Nehikari come talk say since dem inaugurate the task force, e don show strong commitment to clear cultism comot for Edo State, but first dem focus on education and persuasion as dem dey engage communities and stakeholders to advise the youth say make dem no join cults.
The Edo State Task Force on Anti-Cultism has issued a strong warning there will be no hiding place for cultists in Edo State. The task force headed by the Department of SSS was created by Governor Obaseki-led government in response to increasing cult killings, which have claimed many youthful lives across the state. I'm sure you're aware most of the homicides, over 160 in the last few months, most of it related to cultist activities, and no government or no responsible citizen will sit back and allow that kind of wanton disorder to carry on. That was what gave birth to the formation of this task force on anti-cultism. And the directive was very clear from the state government that we should crush cultism with an iron fist, and that is what this task force is doing. Since its inauguration, that we have demonstrated unwavering commitment to rid Edo State of cultism. Initial efforts focus on education and persuasion, engaging with communities and stakeholders to dissuade the youth, in particular, from joining cults. Beyond persuasion, the task force has made several arrests of key cult members across board through painstaking intelligence procurement. We have had jingles on radio and television telling young people, especially students, not to get involved in cult activities. And this has been very serious because we've been educating them of the ills of cultism and the danger to pose to society and themselves. This has been what we've been doing. We try to stop people from joining cults, educating them, persuading them, talking to them, telling parents how to handle this menace, which in the last few years have crept into our society, and we need to get rid of it.
Nehikari come also chook mouth on the task force activities for different locations for the state and come here and say this one na strong warning to all cultists, say make them denounce their cult now or them go face the full power of the law. E can call on parents, say make them dey vigilant and make sure say their children not follow the road of destruction. Nehikari come also here and say Governor Obaseki don talk say the new anti-cultism law go dey enforced to the fullest, say the Edo State Special Task Force on Anti-Cultism don get power to crush all cult activities and enforce the ban wey dey on the notorious Okaigele groups as they no go rest until Edo stay free from the grip of cultism. Say this fight now one fight where them go win.
On August 7th, 2024, task force operatives arrested 3 suspected cultists within the Aochi Polytechnic community. And also on August 10th, 2024, at approximately 23:40 hours, a massive show of force was conducted within Benin City. Acting on the tip-off, the team stormed the hotel in Upper Sakomba area where cult members were holding a meeting. 2 suspects were apprehended on the spot. This crackdown continued on the 13th of August, when the operatives, leveraging critical intelligence, arrested a key cult leader in the custody axis of Ofia Northeast local government. The following day, in a pre-dawn raid between 0300 and 0500 hours, 5 more notorious cultists, including a high-ranking leader and a butcher, including high-ranking leaders, not just one, high-ranking leaders and a butcher, were taken into custody. A total of 11 suspects are currently in custody and investigations are ongoing. We want to make it clear, this is just the beginning. We have a long list of targets and the task force will stop at nothing until every last cultist is brought to justice. No one is above the law. No political, religious, ethnic or social standing will protect anyone involved in cult activities. This is a stern warning to all cult members to renounce their affiliation now, or they will face the full wrath of the law. Parents are urged to be vigilant, to steer their children away from this path of destruction. The government of Edo State, under the leadership of Governor Obaseki, is committed to restoring peace and security in our state. Governor Obaseki has made it clear that the newly enacted anti-cultism law will be enforced to its fullest extent. The Edo State Special Task Force on Anti-Cultism is empowered to crush all cult-related activities and enforce the ban on the notorious Okagele groups. We will not rest until Edo State is free from the clutches of cultism. This is a fight we must win. Most of you know the dangers of this cultism, and we want to plead with you to please take this very seriously, to carry this news so that everybody is aware. And it's not just what the task force and the government is doing, but that cultism is a danger and a menace to the society. You know, when we have other things to focus attention on, then we also now start chasing after irresponsible people going around killing themselves, stopping lives at very young, tender ages. No government is happy to know that the youth are endangered in our society, and this is why this fight is very serious for us, and this task force takes it very seriously. And that's why we're here this afternoon to handle this.
Osaze Uzi, Edo State Commissioner for Justice, for in talk with Tori People Konya and say the state government don ready to wipe cult activities comot for Edo State, so anybody wey dey involved for cultism go face the law. E con talk say the law wey dem pass years ago na for cultism inside higher institutions, but as cultism don spread reach outside those institutions, that na why the Governor Obaseki-led administration don revise the law make e cover all institutions both inside and outside the educational sector. Say anybody wey dem catch say e dey involved for cultism or conspiracy go face plenty years for prison.
The state government is committed to ridding the society, Edo State, of all cult activities. So anybody who belongs to a cult and who participates in acts of cultism will now have to face the law. Initially, the original law that was passed several years ago dealt with cultism in tertiary institutions. But with the spread of cultism outside of the four walls of tertiary institutions, we now found the need to amend the law. So the Governor Obaseki administration amended the law so that it applies to all institutions, regardless of whether they're tertiary or whether they're educational institutions or not, because it has spread to secondary schools, to artisans and such like people, permits the whole society. So the law was amended to entrap all those who are involved in cultism wherever it may be found. So they can go to jail once they are convicted of any cultist activities. It's several years imprisonment for conspiracy and enticing people to belong to cults and getting them involved in cultism and cultist activities. Well, you know, the security agencies have to apprehend these people, arrest them, and conduct their investigations. Once those investigations are conducted and concluded, they will be sent to the Ministry of Justice and will give legal opinions. If we find that prima facie case has been established, then the Ministry of Justice shall prosecute those people with some vigor and with some enthusiasm.
The Special Task Force come also parade 11 suspected cultists wey dem arrest in less than 1 week. Make una not forget say, as we see am, na so we dey talk am. We no dey take blame. From Benin City, Ekata Ojesele, TMC TV News.